Today is the day finally to come along. We're going to be doing some test rides. We're going to be taking out that Road Glide again. We're going to be taking out a Street Glide. We're right here at Black Hills Harley-Davidson. Because we're already here in Sturgis, starting our Sturgis series. So we had that question that I had a couple people ask me after we did the Road Glide down there in Daytona. And people were asking me, why didn't you take it out on any twisties or curvy roads or anything like that? Problem is, there is none of those down in Florida. So from here, we actually got a hold of the dealership here, and we was trying to decide if we were going to work with corporate or work with the dealership. And here at the dealership at Black Hills Harley-Davidson said, hey, come on down, we'll fix you up. So I wanted to go riding before the rally. Not quite so many bikes. So today we're going to be going out on the 2024s. They both have 117 engines in them. And so everything looks really, really good. We're going to try it out. We're going to start out with the Road Glide first. We actually have one of our subscribers, going to be riding with us today too. He's going to follow along and see how it all goes. We got about, I think it's a 45 or 50 mile ride. It's not Iron Mountain or Needles Highway, but it does have some turns and curves and stuff in it. And it's actually a route that you might want to think about, and we'll talk about that towards the end, might want to think about riding this ride. Go right over the highway, just keep going straight, get down to the gas station, you make a right-hand turn, and just stay on that, and then you make another turn, and we'll show a map of that. And it comes across some great roads. There's actually a lot more out there. There's Nemo and all kinds of other places. But today we just have a few hours to take out these couple bikes to let you know what we think about them, and we'll go from there. Let's get on them, and let's start riding. So we're done with the road glide, and first we're not going to go too involved with telling you what I like, what I don't like. You already know what I told you about the road glide, what I like and don't like. But here's what we're going to be comparing is how both of them handle on the curves and roads and stuff like that. And you've seen there was a few trailers and stuff. Guy was pulling a trailer, had to cut back a little bit. So we got a couple good turns and roads on it, and I felt pretty comfortable after I rode it for a little while. So let's just jump on the Street Glide and take off with that. And then we'll get done and we'll wrap it up and we'll tell you everything we thought about it. So I took out both bikes, and I did end up doing a review on one at a time because I wanted to kind of compare them to each other, because they're both brand new 2024s. Road Glide here, and we've also got the Street Glide on this side. So I took the Road Glide out first, which you've seen that, and then we took the Street Glide out separate. The bad news was, even though we drove the same path, we had different people interfere, which if you watch the video, you've seen that, where at the beginning we had a trailer in front of us for a while, a Mustang in front of me that wouldn't pick up any real speed. We had somebody following me. Chip was following me behind me. I didn't want to pull too far away from him. And then the opposite was when we were on the Road Glide, it was the opposite. We ended up catching up with that lady. So I kind of didn't get to do the same performance in both areas. So that's one. But overall, last year I rode the 2021 down there at Pig Trail, and I kind of made a big comment about how it didn't handle very good in the curves. So based on that, because I'm assuming most of the 2023s, 22s were probably about the same style, same body, same build and all that, this is this big difference, big difference. I wouldn't say 100% difference. The things here's what I liked. On the Road Glide, what I didn't like. I didn't like the radio, still ain't no better. Windshield sucks. Seat wasn't so bad on here. Maybe I'm getting a little more used to riding. Butt didn't hurt as bad as it did before. But I rode 200 miles there. Here we rode about 50 miles round trip. But one of the couple things I did like is I love the handlebars. These handlebars are a lot like the ones that I have on my bike that I got, the Fat Bagger bike. But the Fat Bagger bars, you can bend them back. You're more comfortable. To where when I got on it, my legs were it felt more stretched out because I was sitting up more straight. So that's one of the things that I really liked about the Road Glide. Now over here, this was more like the Street Glide was more like what a new factory bike was like, mine was. It's got the more lower handlebars, you're more bent over, you're hunched. One of the good things was, pretty much till about 45 miles an hour, I could hear the radio, which was very impressive. So once you got around 50, if you knew the song, you could kind of keep up with it. I had some country music playing. I don't know if it picks up on any of the mics, but the wind was so bad, the wind noise, I probably didn't let you hear any of, actual bike riding. They had the seat redone. I think it's more just got covered. I don't think it was any softer or any cushier than it was before. But overall, both bikes performed very well. I was very pleased with the turns, the curves. Now these just have the regular conventional shocks and stuff on them. He said one's adjusted at 3, the other one was at 4. It sounded like the rides were a little bit different. I could feel a little bit difference, but I'm not sure. It seemed like the Road Glide, which was 4, was a little bit more stiffer than this, which would explain that one was 4, this one's 3. So if I got the turns right. So what do I think about both of the bikes? Me personally, if I was going to buy a bike today, it would be a Road Glide. Why? Because as I was in those turns, and I felt more comfortable. It seemed to just lean a little bit better. Sometimes with the Road Glide, the Street Glide, I kind of felt a little bit like it was going to get away from me. It was going to bounce off the road, or I kind of almost wanted to hit the brake. So I wasn't quite as comfortable. So I don't know, it could be just because, just like on my bike now, I'm sitting back more lean back. You're more easy to lean into the turns. That may be it. Because like I say, they both seem to handle pretty good on the turns. But on the Street Glide, just didn't feel as comfortable as I did on the Road Glide. So that's my report for on the bikes. If you're thinking about buying one, not a bad deal. Right now the price is better than they were last year. So that's one of the things that's always nice. It's down, I don't know, it's $4,000 or $5,000 cheaper than they were last year. So it's a good time to kind of look for a bike. Like I said, we want to give a big shout out to Black Hills Harley-Davidson for setting this up for us today and letting me ride. Oh, I forgot to say one more thing. When I got back with the Street Glide, I could not believe, I just happened to glance down. This 50 miles, I was averaging 42 miles to the gallon. Can you believe that? Heck, my bike's barely can get 30 out of it. Didn't play a lot with the dash. I kind of let things go like it was. I kind of did a little bit with the radio. Navigation wouldn't come up because it's got to be synced to your phone unless you pay for the 1 year. I did shift into different modes. I did the touring mode, also did the sport mode. I ended up running pretty much the whole way with the limited in the sport mode. There is a big difference. You got a lot more power. You don't necessarily, in the turns, you don't necessarily have to downshift. But if you're in the sport mode, you can kind of give it that gas and it'll kind of hung the turn. So you don't really have to downshift to get that extra power that you need. Somebody was making that comment when I was riding in Florida, made that comment, well, you didn't do all the different sport mode and stuff. Dude, I'm riding on a straightaway. What are you gonna do? You know, I couldn't really tell that difference, but you could feel the difference. Even in the parking lot here, I can feel by giving a little bit of gas, it wants to take off in sport mode versus touring mode. There's also the rain mode, and then he also said there's 2 modes. You can set what you want, how you want to ride, which I'm not quite sure how that works. But overall, there's my review. Nothing more than what I'd said before. You know, we complained about the windshields. Both of them, the windshields suck. When I got up to about 65, 70 miles an hour, my eyes were watering so bad I could hardly see. Just because that windshield was hitting me. I even had to put my glasses closer to my face to try to avoid that. You know, buying on the back roads was fine. A little bit of wind in my face wasn't a big deal. But yes, I definitely would buy new windshields. And people say, why wouldn't Harley-Davidson put the right size windshield on it? Because they say, it looks pretty. It looks more sporty. It sells easier that way. Put a big old windshield on it, it may not, people might go, oh, what's that big old gaudy thing? So that's the thing. So the seat, not too bad, but like I say, I only rode 50 miles on each one of them, so about 100 miles round trip, because pretty much the seats are the same. So other than that, the radio on the Road Glide definitely sucked, and on the Street Glide, I could hear it up to about 45 miles an hour, so that was a big thing if you want to hear a radio without having to upgrade it or something like that. But other than that, I was pretty pleased with it, and so if you want to buy a new Harley, you want to get one of the new Street Glides or the new Road Glide, you kind of know the facts, what I think about them. Come out to your nearest dealer and take it for a ride. Coming out to Sturgis here, they'll have the rides all over. I think they're out in Spearfish, and you can ride them in town in Sturgis. I think at Pappy Hoyle's they've got bikes. And some of them, they have ones where you can ride them from one place to another to where you can take it out on the windy roads. So we'll find out about that later as they get closer to Sturgis time. So with that, we're gonna leave you right here, because this is probably a pretty long video talking about these 2 bikes. Like I say, we're in Sturgis, it's sunny, it's in about 80 degrees today. Tonight we got a bike week going on, a bike night over at Sicky's Garage. We're gonna go head over there, it's Wednesday. Bozzy's over at the Buffalo Chip, they've got a bike night going on. So with that, we're gonna leave you right here at Black Hills Harley-Davidson. Make sure you stop by because it's exit 55 where all the vendors are gonna be. The big vendors are all out here, most of them. Some of them are in town, but most of them are out here. The big majority, probably 80% of the vendors you're gonna find here versus other place. We're also gonna be telling you soon about the lot next door. They bought that. We're gonna have Mike here gonna go tell us all about that, what they're doing to it, what they're gonna do, and what the changes. Everybody's always worried. Amzol Adams has been over there for years. Is he gonna get to stay there? We're gonna find out and get you the facts of what's going on for this year. So with that, we're gonna leave you right here. Thanks for riding. Thanks for checking me out today. And this is Bob. Tam's back at the trailer. Gonna go pick her up and go out to eat today. We're gonna go down to Keystone. I think that's what she said she wanted to eat at. And at that, we're gonna leave you and have a great day. And hopefully, we'll see you in Sturgis. And we have a whole lot of videos coming up about Sturgis. You can't believe all the stuff that's going on.